Hello, everyone, and welcome to the International Fabtalks. Thank you for being a part of our journey, dear friends. We are happy to bond with you every single day, connecting with wonderful unsung heroes across the world. Their achievements and the glory that they've achieved through all these years of hard work, passion, dedication, perseverance. And yet they're holding the torch high and shining it for others to join in and carry on the mission of creating a better space for each one of us. To have this concept of creating a better world and to give importance to humanity above everything else. Because nowadays, many of us have forgotten the very word of being human. So let's join together today and welcome our celebrity and guest. She is Indrani Radhakrishnan, joining us all the way from the Switzerland of India, the Nilgiris Hills. We'll get to know more about her and her journey as to who she is. Join me to invite her now, dear friends. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to the International Fab Talks. It's a day of joy for us when anybody accepts the invitation. And you being an accomplished person, you've given your time for us. That's really beautiful, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dear ma'am, with your permission, I go ahead and share your profile in an official way. Thank you, ma'am. Friends, it's always a honor, privilege, and a great responsibility of the International Fab Talk team to share the profile of our celebrity and guest. And today we are being joined by a great personality, as you already know that she is Indrani Radhakrishnan, a person who's been dedicating her life till date for the betterment of the society and for many important causes. She's a lawyer, a writer, a wonderful speaker, a great humanitarian, a social activist, a wonderful mentor, a researcher, and a learner all the way. She loves to learn and to make others also conscious that learning is really an important journey in our lives. And friends, I like to add in more to that. She has her own primary English medium school for the past 20 years. She worked also as a private school teacher for 4 years. And she's been for 5 years as an executive supervisory with managerial experience in Non-Voice BPO. The roles spanning in operations, client services, training and development. She played a key role in leadership role in setting up teams in a BPO non-voice, trained over 500 plus resource personnel for a BPO, the pivotal role in designing, training and development, experienced in public relations, media and relationship management, an excellent communicator with strong written and presentation skills, exceptional versatility with the ability to manage multiple tasks in a pressured environment. So when we all face this pressure, we think, why are we stuck here? But here is a beautiful soul, even in the time of pressure, or the pressure that she faces during her work or professional journey. She loves it, and that's the time she multitasks. That's the beauty of people. We have to learn that, because you take me, I'm a person, the slightest pressure I get, I start, getting stressed out. I think many of you are like me. So let's multitask and be brave like ma'am. She also has the knowledge of, process knowledge, planning, delivery, workflow management, team skills, task management, training and mentoring abilities, effective interpersonal and communication skills. This is a must for everyone, no matter what profession you are. And ma'am is excellent at that. And effective presentation skills, research skills, effective writing skills as well, honesty, dedication, and of course, time management. Ma'am has a rich experience. I'll just name a few. Karpagam University, Ichanari. She's been working over there since May 2009 to January 2010 as a guest lecturer for communication skills. Her duties involved work as English and soft skill trainer for MBA and engineering final year students, postgraduate training coordinator and training evaluator of visiting trainers, and also trainer of faculty, university campus, faculty development program. And friends, the other activities that ma'am has taken part or, given her expertise and time to is she's conducted placement tests for final year MBA students, including engineering students as well, preparing course materials, test papers, placement papers, evolving training, evaluation methods, assistant placement officer, and the director of corporate relations in training related work, discussions, assessment, and student standards, etc. Ma'am has also been focusing on training manager as a training manager and HR production at Emerald Business Solutions, franchisee of Next. Training course management, process management, data documentation, training candidates in transcription, that's great. Creation of process documents, conducted screening tests and interviews as an HR for the production division and training division. Other data regarding leaves, salary, incentives, scheduling of course, preparation of English course material, etc. And to add to that, there's a lot more to share. The list goes on and on. That's really nice. She's even been working with as a manager in Giles Booker Academy Private Limited and English trainer and training in charge of business transcription, SNS, data scribe, software solutions, and many more organizations, my dear friends. And she's been training candidates in English grammar, American culture, phonetics, transcription, etc., screening candidates and interview material preparation. She's been helping to conduct several screening tests, event management and organization, train the trainer concept, improved process efficiency, periodic evaluation, review feedback, counseling, done. She's a magician. That's what I could say now, reading her profile and sharing it with you. Yes, and her area of interest focuses mainly on writing, teaching, organizing, research, and travel writer. That is really beautiful. She has lovely hobbies, my friends, which you and I could, imitate that, or we could, inculcate those beautiful hobbies. Freelance writing, reading, art, social service, tourism and travel, culture of the world. She loves to know the different cultures of the world. Getting to know about it really makes us more human. We begin to respect people more when we have the knowledge of the cultures of different communities or countries in the world. Gardening, editing and proofing, Vedic life and religion, and heritage. She's an heritage enthusiast. Apart from that, she has other experiences. She's participated in the National South Zone Eco Development and SS Camp, representing her college, Best Women Entrepreneur Award by Youth Association, Nedugula. If I mispronounce anything, kindly forgive me, ma'am, and the audience too. Worked as a call center training manager for Lexicon at Kukunur. Worked as a lecturer for tourism at Providence College, successfully and individually organized an ecotourism. She offers free legal consultation to women. This is the beauty of one woman wanting to lift up other women. I really applaud you for this, ma'am, and hats off to you for all, and especially this too. Prepared thesis on prospects of rural tourism in the Nilgiris. Nilgiris is very close to ma'am's heart. We'll get to know more about it. It's also called as the Blue Mountains. That's magical and secret. A secret many of us don't know, including me. We'll get to know that. And she has published articles in magazines regarding social awareness, education, tourism, and culture. She's attended media workshops for climate change at Bangalore, Fireflies campus. Submitted papers on impact of modernization on the Badaga community and culture to the International Center of Cultural Science, Mysore. She was invited to Save Water campaign organized by Nakkubetta TV, Nilgiris. Invited to speak on the legal side of the awareness campaign of Tea Board with Tea Board officer and VAO Kotagiri. Organizing team in medical camps and tree sapling distribution in Yedapalli, organized by the Badaga Mahajana Sangha, Coimbatore. Speech on culture and heritage in Rotary, Coimbatore. Speech on interesting religious practices in the South by Rotary Midtown and Rotary Monarchs. Book on Nilgiris heritage published, The Lost Legacy of the Nilgiris. I think this is one very important book, very famous also. The Lost Legacy of the Nilgiris. Actually, what it is, let's get to know more. Ma'am is the author of this lovely book. Edited several articles for an Egyptian professor at the University of King South. Edited theses for PhD students from India and Malaysia at no cost. Speaker at Rotary Kotagiri. Chief guest women entrepreneur, meet Ooty. Badaga Fest, Ooty chief guest. Nilgiris epic events, Ooty princess chief guest. Badaga short film, Contest Ooty Guest of Honor. Received Kovai Wonder Woman Award in 2021. Received Mrs. Inspiration title in the Nilgiris Epic Events Sari Contest June 2021. Chief Guest Ooty Innerwheel Club on Women and Heritage. Chief Guest Ashiana School 7th Anniversary and Awards for Differently Abled Kids. International Poetry in Russian Magazine and in Break the Silence, Amazon bestseller. She has received honorary doctorate in Heritage and Culture from Indian Empire University, Universal Development Council. She has also received the Best Women Icon of 2022 award, Firebox Bharatiya Icon. Published The Lost Legacy of the Nilgiris, Volume 1, Information on Nilgiris History and Heritage. And as well, my dear friends, SPMUDA World Peace Achiever Awardee, Philippines, September 21st, 2021. And again, SPMUDA Universal Children Awardee, 2021. Again, I see the awards, this tells me such people do exist. And if they exist, then they are magicians. Because like us lazy people like me, we do little and say our work is done. But when you have people like this, you really have to be inspired, empowered the way they have empowered themselves. We have to get that light from them. So here she is ready to light the candle within us and make us glow. A little more to share, my dear friends. And SPMUDA Ambassador India Women and Children, September 21st, 2021. She's even received that award. Arts and Culture India in September again, 2021. And India's 100 Future Leaders Award by Glantrox, if I'm getting that, X, 2023. Top 10 Prominent Personalities of the Year 2022. Sevai Semal Award 2023 by Santamis Nugavur. I can't get those names. Viziapnavur Nalla Sangam. 2023. Invited to speak at the Global Education Summit at Tokyo, Japan in September 2023. Article on Women's Economic Empowerment in Hindustan Times. Received the Best Social Activist Award 2023 from a Tamil organization. Imagine, friends, one person having all of this. That's really great. I feel happy to meet them. And you too should be proud to meet people like this, because we're going to be getting a lot of wisdom today on this platform. Hello, ma'am, and thank you so much for joining us. And you're so humble.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and I hope I fulfill your expectations.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, you're so humble. You have achieved such a lot in this short span of time. Life is very short for all of us. In this very short span of time, you've been able to give yourself so much to India and to the world, and to the field of literary, that with writing work and publishing books.
My idea was just to create some awareness about these different subjects.
That's beautiful, ma'am. Ma'am, we'd like to know who is the real Indrani now. That was, I read the profile, I shared the profile. From you, I would like to know, how would you identify yourself or describe yourself in your own words?
I'm just a humble lady of the community, and I'm mostly housewife, part-time lawyer. So I'm mostly at home helping others, and only when I'm invited I go out. Otherwise, I'm a house, or what you say, homemaker nowadays.
That's really nice, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, dear ma'am. Ma'am, we'd like to know what made you give yourself so much out into the world to inspire others, to empower others, to create awareness. What made you do all of this? Because we all are settled at home, we have good food, good clothes, a nice family, it's done. But what made you really come into this? What inspired you?
This started off when I was a kid itself, because when I interact with others, I used to think, okay, what they know, I learn, and what I know, I teach. And that is how I think God took me to the teaching field. And there, all my students, as far as I know, They were very, very close to me. And I used to help them in every way, go out of the way to help them in every way. And it used to make me very happy interacting with students. And I work from students who are, right from LKG, you would say, beginning. When I was in Karpagam University, as you said, it was 56-year-old students. So from this age to that age, I've been interacting with all kinds of people, giving them training, teaching them, helping them with the general knowledge and how to tolerate each other and go through life in unity.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, I have a question. Yes, please go ahead. Yes, dear.
No, yeah, continue.
You were sharing something. I interrupted. I'm sorry. Yes,
No,
please.
it's okay. No, I was just telling that I think this would create a lot of peace and tolerance in the world.
Yes, dear.
Because the youngsters are the future generation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, I have a big question in my mind. Like you are a writer, a lawyer, an academician, a social activist, and all of these. There are much more, as a wonderful speaker too. All of this. What gives you immense joy among all of this? Which one?
Pardon? Immense?
Which gives you immense joy? As a writer, you feel like, yeah, I can give my all as a writer or as an academician. Where do you feel that you are at your best?
No, I think everything, it's more about learning than also teaching. I learn everything from every experience. Whatever experience I have, I learn from it and see how I can use it for others.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, you at present at the Nilgiris or in the Nilgiris, I would like you to just share with us what is Nilgiris all about. And as you say, it's the Blue Mountains, the Switzerland of India. Were you there from your childhood, or is it now that you've shifted over there? We'd like to know that.
From childhood. Yeah, from childhood I've been here in Nilgiris, and it's a very beautiful place. It is a tourism center. That even now people rush to, whenever they have holidays, people rush here to enjoy. But nowadays, I think because in the name of development, I think people, too many, what to say, uh, earlier it was fresh and beautiful with a lot of trees and all. Now, under the guise of development, they have destroyed many of the trees and nature, and it's now a concrete jungle now. But still people do enjoy the thing. And when during British period, this was the summer capital because England also has a similar climate I hear and landscape. So earlier when British came and settled here in Nilgiris, they loved the landscape. So they came and they started settling here around the 18th century. They started coming and settling here, and they started putting up their structures over here. And later, all the royal families, most of the royal families from India, they also started coming and putting up their own structures to stay here and enjoy this climate. And even now, people do enjoy the climate.
That's really nice.
And I love it. Wherever I go in the world, I think I will miss Nilgiri. This is the place that I'm really in love with.
That's really nice, ma'am. So nice to listen to that. And as you've said, it has a rich history. The British have come here and other royal families too have visited this place. It tried to stay over there, and because of the climatic conditions and I guess even the people too are quite welcoming. Dear ma'am, you've written a beautiful book called as The Lost Legacy of the Nilgiris. What's this all about, ma'am? What did you intend to share with the world, and what do you want people to know about? Yes. Yes, please.
This is the book. This is my book. And what is special about this book is...
Ma'am, if you could show the book once again to us, ma'am. If you could just raise the book once again. Yes.
Got it? Thank you. So this book, actually, I had planned to write. Um, it came out of my interest in history and heritage, because earlier what happened was I started off with this history and heritage. The curiosity came in when earlier Nilgiris was part of Mysore. Mysore is Karnataka, what I'm talking about. Earlier it was called Mysore. So it was part of Karnataka because it's right on the border. And later it was joined along with Tamil Nadu. So the place where we lived is the same place. But earlier it was part of Karnataka. Now it is part of Tamil Nadu. But the problem now is most of our history, the evidence has been destroyed. So what the Britishers have written, only that is available nowadays. So with what the British say, that seems evidence now. So Mysore, Karnataka says, okay, you don't belong to us. And Tamil Nadu says, no, you are originally from Mysore, Karnataka. You don't belong to Tamil Nadu. This is the argument and the controversy that has been going on for a long time. So what happened was, I was curious about my origins, that is the community, the origins of the community, where we came from, what were we doing, all this. So that is how I started with history, and right up to the British period. And when I came to the British period, I saw that most of the structures that the British have put up are really beautiful. I don't know what construction materials they use, but it's very beautiful and still staying strong till this day after so many years of independence. But if you just check the recent roads or structures that the present Indian government, what they have put up, doesn't even last for a year. So I was so thrilled with this British structures. So then I started investigating them and checking out all that history. And I noted it down and I thought, okay, it's no use of just posting it on FB or anything like that. Instead, if I put it as a book, maybe everyone will come to know about it. So that is how the book came out. This is volume 1. Thank you.
Congratulations, ma'am, and thank you so much for taking the interest to research and to put it up in the book for everyone. That's really nice. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we'd like to know your childhood. How was your childhood like? As you said, now even I had this thing, Nilgiris and Karnataka, because now, have you understood? So that was the thing, conflict in my mind, and you made it now very clear. Earlier it was in Karnataka, now it is in Tamil Nadu. So when we used to read our books and all of that, the Nilgiris, and then we had some knowledge, slight knowledge about it. Now you gave us clarity as to now where it is. It is now in Tamil Nadu. How was your childhood, ma'am? As a little kid, what type of a kid were you?
Childhood, I would like to say, actually my mother passed away when I was 6 months old. And I never knew my mother at all. Till I have never seen her. And when I was maybe just a few years back, my uncle, he got a photograph from somebody's house. He said it was there, and he got a photo of my mom. And so all the while, it was my mom's elder sister and her husband who did not have kids who brought me up and educated me. And here I have to mention the person whom I call as dad. That is my mom's elder sister's husband, my father. That is, he is the person. When I say dad, I don't mean my biological dad, but the person who brought me up. He has won many awards, and he is my one and only role model. So I learned from him, and he used to encourage me a lot with all my hobbies, everything. And he started making me read books when I was in the 5th standard. And as I grew up, I never knew that I lost my mother till I was in the 8th standard, because dad was very particular that I would be upset if I know this. And when I did come to know that this is not my mother, but my mother passed away, I used to ache for a mother's love. And then I thought, okay, suddenly that positivity, looking at it from a different angle, I thought, why ache for a mother and shed tears? Why not be a mother to everybody? So that took me in a different path and a different way of looking at it, like, and then, now I never miss her. I mean, I miss her, but not in that way. I'm happy to be a mother. So that was my childhood, and I developed all my hobbies by fifth standard. Most of my hobbies.
Great, ma'am. I mean, you really faced so many challenges as a little young girl and as a small baby itself, you know, but you're so strong. And then when we look at people, look at their achievements, we think everything is going easy for them, but we really don't know what is the pain they've endured to come up to this level. And this is what I want to convey through the International Fab Talks. Every person has something or the other in their life, something that is very deep and, you know, difficult phases, many difficult phases they have. So you too will have, you have to overcome them. Only then you can be successful.
Yes.
What is the thought process in the mind of people, ma'am, that, oh, it's very easy for her. Her life might have been a bed of roses, or it's all easy. She would have been born with a silver spoon in her mouth, he or she. That is the thought for most of the youngsters out there. But the truth is something different.
The
Yes.
pain teaches a lot. The pain teaches a lot,
Very
but
true.
it is how you look at it. If you take it positively, you can build yourself up and grow. But if you keep feeling the pain, never. Instead, you can relieve the pain of others.
Excellent, excellent, ma'am. Hats off to you for that beautiful sharing, ma'am. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, any incident you remember about your childhood? What type of a child were you, like the naughty one, or did you get lost somewhere, or something like that? Something interesting.
I was very talkative, and I think only now I've become a little, what to say, reserved a bit. But when I was a kid, I was very, very talkative, and people loved it because, and in my native place, that is in my mother's ancestral village, people used to call me a parrot because I talk a lot. As even before I joined school, they used to give that name. And what happened with the one incident that I can never forget because of this talkativeness is when I think you're familiar with Sai Baba,
Yes.
Puttaparthi Sai Baba. Yeah. So we lived in Ooty at when I was even before I joined school, when I was 2 years old. And my auntie, my mom's youngest sister, she was a school going at that time. So she used to take me to her school for events. And when I went there with her for the event, I learnt dance by watching movies. And I won the first prize at 2 years old for a dance, even before I joined school. And this Puttaparthi Sai Baba, he came to our neighboring bungalow for a speech. I mean, speech means they had bhajans and all that. And my auntie had to look after me, so she took me there. We went and sat at the bhajan. And in between, after they finished the bhajans, when there was a break, I started talking very loudly to my auntie. And it looked so noisy and out of place. And immediately, Baba called me to him. He beckoned me. I was scared because of his hair, and I was frightened because of the hair, the setup of his hair. And I refused to go and started crying. And my auntie carried me in front and left me near him. And the next thing he did is he lifted me on his lap and said, "Don't cry. I'm here." And from a year, he took chocolate, gave it to me, and said, "Please have it." And then I stopped crying because of the terrifying look of his hair. I stopped crying. I was just staring at him, and he gave me the chocolate and sent it back to my auntie. After that, I didn't speak till the bhajans were over. That is an experience that I will never forget when I was a child.
Thank you so much for sharing. And you were lucky enough to get an opportunity or the darshan of Puttaparthi Sai Baba. That is really nice because many of them crave and many of them haven't yet received that darshan.
Wow.
You are one
Thank
lucky
you.
one. That's really nice. And thank you for sharing it so honestly. Yes, and I could visualize all of that, the way you were sitting on his lap, the way you were crying and talking, the way you're looking at his hair and all of that. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, now apart from being a wonderful writer, have you been reading books of other authors as well? And if yes, which author appealed to you the most?
There's no particular author that appeals to me because I am in love with all my books. I have, I think, around 1,000 books I have collected, and I have recently, I have many royal families who have written about their dynasty or their queen or king or whatever. They have sent me a lot of books and they have gifted it to me because I have been writing this book about the royal families who lived in Nilgiris. So I've received many books from them, the Travancore dynasty, the Cochin dynasty, and of course Dhanrajgir, and all those people. And I would, they've all sent me their books. And I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to, that they have honored with. Really, it makes me very humble.
Yes. Dear ma'am, you have so many gifts behind you, so many awards. Like whenever you climbed, I want to know, whenever you climbed up the dais to collect your award, how did you feel? Yet another one in mind,
I just felt that, maybe God has blessed me for that, but there is much more to go. And award is just, let's say, an incentive. There is more to go, higher to go, and it is not the award that I aimed for. This is something that came out of the blue, let's say.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am. And
I did my
congratulations.
job. I did my job, and the awards came. So it's something that I never expected at all. None of the awards I expected.
That's nice. Congratulations. And we wish you many more awards for all the good work that you are doing. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, many of our audience and guests would love to know about your attire, as to what it is and how you could explain the significance of the attire and the community you belong to.
Okay. So here, as I said, Badgal, this is my traditional jewelry. This is a traditional jewelry which for every marriage and every occasion, important occasion, ladies wear this. But it is nowadays, the youngsters of today are giving more importance and getting this jewelry. But somewhere in between, the attachment to the traditions were lost. So many ladies do not have this except the old people. The current old people have, ladies have this. So this is something which is not available in the market. We have to give order and then get it because it's not readily available for sale. Because it's not very common. Nowadays, youngsters, the girls are getting it. So it's nice to know that. So this is the jewelry. And also we have a bangle, which is shaped like a half moon. It's not joined. So that is a memory of, again, I have to tell you about our culture. Earlier, the earliest people, our ancestors, they were pastoralists. So they used to look after buffalo. And so the annual festival also will show them all carrying the holy stick, we call it, which they were herding buffaloes with. That stick is very important. So they worship that stick and they take it on that particular day. Yearly once we have the annual festival, they carry it on that day. And of course, this headdress is because of the weather here. It's very cold. So all ladies wear this and the men wear turbans, white turbans they wear. And of course, we wear all this because of the cold. And of course, our traditional dress is always all white. All men also wear white. Women also wear white. But nowadays, of course, the youngsters, if you see, they're all with Western dresses. But one thing, just to keep, to carry on this heritage, on the annual festival day and on any event, let it be marriages, let it be festivals, anything like that, they're all white. to honor our ancestral deity. We have only one ancestral deity. It is called Hette. Hette it is called. That deity is very holy, and we have around 7 temples dedicated to her. And during the annual festivals, all these 7 temples there are events, grand events. So that is how. What about this? It's all dhoti only, pieces of dhoti. We call this as pattu. We call this as mundu. We call this as tundu. And of course, we wear a blouse. Like a sari blouse, we wear a blouse. And on the top, we wear this. That's
Very interesting, ma'am. Very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing all of that. We didn't know all of it. I was nil on that. I have no idea. And so you very beautifully and very simple words you shared it with lots of clarity. And every piece of jewelry you shared with us, the bangle, the stick also you said, and this beautiful chain which you have on your neck and your headgear and all of that. That's really nice. And you explained how and why. That's really nice, dear. Apart from this, ma'am, apart from your own culture and tradition, you also interested in the culture that belongs to other people as well, the cultures of the world, the heritage of the world. Now, how did you develop this interest of having to get to know more about other people as well? What inspired you to enter into this beautiful field now?
So I told you about the research work on my own community and culture. So that is when I started wondering, if my community and my culture, many people do not know about it, then there must be other cultures about which we may not know. So I thought, okay, why don't we research? And then I found that Japan, in Tokyo, there are temples where there are Hindu deities, but with Japanese names. And when I was researching about this, I suddenly got an invitation from the newspaper, The Hindu, the 50th year event celebration. They asked me to come and speak. And when I spoke, they gifted me a book about the Hindu deities of Japan. I was so happy and thrilled to have that book with me, because already after my research only, and after these people gave me this book, only then I knew that such a book existed. So I was so happy about that. And the same way, I researched that Egypt, the pyramid, and the Mexico, there is a temple dedicated to Shiva. So maybe these religions have reached other places, but then took a different form and worshipped in a different manner. So I was very surprised. And even in Russia, the Volga River Valley, there also some Hindu culture had been present at that time. So these are some of the things. So I was curious. So I would love to, even if it is other religions, the other cultures of every country, I would love to investigate and just know about it. And talking about our country, India, and Indians, when sometimes when I Google, I used to get Indians, and it was Red Indian. So I thought, okay, why did that name come, Indians over there? This is how my curiosity got triggered, and I used to just research about all the other cultures also.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. That's really nice to utilize your time in a very constructive way. Whereas we see most of the women out there gossiping and just wasting time, but you have given your energy and time to the real things that matter in life. That's really nice. I wish every woman in India and across the world constructively use time every second. That's nice.
Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much. You are an angel, I feel like, with so many beautiful thoughts in your mind and how you want to improve yourself, want to get to know about people. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we come down to the next part. Like now, as a trainer in the BPO centers, and like as a soft skill trainer, a person connected with training and all, how did this journey begin? And when did it begin? And how far have you gone into this? Yes, dear.
I was already a teacher, isn't it? So I had my own school earlier, but I had to close it down because I had to undergo 2 surgeries. So I had to close down the school, and I moved over to the city, Coimbatore city. And when I reached Coimbatore city, I just thought, okay, what am I going to do for, just to keep myself occupied. But the problem was, I was 20 years in the education industry, but at that time, BEd was not considered a necessity. But once I went to the city after the 20 years, whichever school I applied for, or wherever I applied for, they wanted BEd. So I knew that I cannot go as an English teacher, but I can go as an English trainer. And that is when my next job came. And after entering the transcription industry, I was an English trainer initially, but then I was, as usual, my curiosity took over and I wanted to know what is transcription about. So when initially it was medical transcription. So, and I have nothing to do with medicine and I have no knowledge of it. So I just started, whenever I'm free, when I have no classes, English classes, I used to have time, or I used to sit and look at all the what is being taught to the students in the medical field. And then I heard some of the transcriptions. I just saw some of them. I heard some audios, and I guessed what is happening. I knew what is happening. But then I started becoming thorough with the medical transcription. And then there was put as, elevated as training manager because I came to know both the medical part, the transcription part, and also English. And I was happy about it. But then I had to, guide the students also regarding the computer system. Also, I had to guide them every overall. It was. So it was nice. I feel rewarded whenever a student comes up and says to me, "Ma'am, I'm thorough with this topic." So, because you explained it so well. And that is the moment that I cherish more than anything. So that is how I became a trainer.
That's really nice. You've done multiple hats and you've done all with excellence, ma'am. That's really nice. And I'm sure, ma'am, it was not an easy journey. It would have been a lot of ups and downs. The road might have been bumpy. How did you manage the stress that you faced or the challenges that you faced at every stage, including your health? Your health took a back seat. As you said, you had to undergo 2 surgeries. So how did you bounce back and rise like a phoenix every time?
So it's not any magic that works like that, but it is just why you need to be stressed. If you feel okay, I'm not doing properly, see where you went wrong and check it out. Come out with a better way. Then you needn't stress. Then if there is any other obstacle, see how we can overcome that obstacle. Every problem has a solution. That is what I believe. So there is nothing to be stressed about at all. Everything can be managed if you think it over. Analyze and think it over and try another method. Definitely you can overcome any obstacle.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Thank you for giving us the assurance that every problem has a solution. You just have to find it. And you have to work a little to find it. You just can't get it like that. You have to put some effort. Dear ma'am, how do you want the world to remember you?
As a compassionate person, I think, and hardworking, honest. That's it. Nothing much. Nothing much that I expect.
Now, I'd like to ask you, the people should remember you as a writer, as a trainer, as a humanitarian, social activist, or all of these, or any one way you want the people to remember you. You've left a legacy behind. So what legacy that people should remember you for? You've given so much for us. So you even put up a book, you've trained several people, lots and lots of.
Practically speaking, I think whichever area I was in, the people who were influenced at that in that field, they will definitely remember. When I was a teacher, my students remember me. When I was a trainer, the trainees remember me. And when I am an author, the people who read my book will remember me. So I think it is those people that matter a lot in that particular area, isn't it?
Yes, dear. You're very crisp and with lots of clarity you're sharing, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, apart from all of the busy schedule that you've had till date, and you still continue this beautiful journey, have you had some time to watch movies and enjoy movies too? If yes, your favorite movie?
Movies, for the past few years, I'm not so interested in movies because I think the youngsters today get carried off with movies and some of the serials also because a lot of violence is there and a lot of some criminal ideas which they may also try, youngsters may try. So I don't watch most of the movies nowadays, but so I have no particular movie that I feel attached to.
What about the past movies, like in the earlier years, the 50s, 60s, 70s?
Earlier. I watched about Gandhiji, a movie. I like that. And I watched when I was in a younger age. Mostly, I watched these, Shivaji and MGR movies. The life at that time were very simple and interesting. So I like those movies, which always they gave a message through the movie. So I like that.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, as you were also connected with tourism. And when I was sharing your profile, travel, tourism, and all of that, are you a solo traveler or you travel in groups? How do you manage to travel and collect information, research about the place and all of that?
No, earlier when my dad was there, we used to travel around a lot within India. But after my wedding, I never got much opportunity to travel around. Of course, Sri Lanka, when I was invited for the conference, visited Sri Lanka, Colombo, and I visited some of the places there, Kandy and all those places. And I loved it, loved those places. And of course, then I went to Dubai because my son and daughter-in-law are there. So I have visited Dubai around 4 or 5 times, and that was also interesting. But otherwise, all within India only. Most of the cities within India, Bombay, Madras, Mysore, Bangalore, Kerala, and
Yes.
still we travel. But since he is very busy, he's also a lawyer. He is also busy, so we try to visit whenever he is free. We visit some places.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Ma'am, what is it that you love about Indrani? What is it that you
Then
love about yourself? You admire yourself for which quality of yours?
I love being simple, and I like to just be me. I don't take anyone for role model except my dad because of what he has led me. So I look up to him as a role model. But otherwise, if not, if you ask me who is a role model, I think instead of calling another person a role model, I would like to be a role model. So be the change you wish to see. That is the principle that I try to follow.
Excellent, excellent, ma'am. Dear ma'am, as of now, do you have any more dream projects that are still yet to be accomplished? Your bucket list is yet to be fulfilled.
And I'm wondering if this lifetime will be. I wanted to have a museum, because I have a lot of collection of old photos of the Nilgiris, which I would like to have an own museum and keep it there, and also a reference library over here, because we do not have both together over here. And also I have collected some exhibits, tribal exhibits. We have other tribes here. All their tribal exhibits also I would like to keep all these three in one building. I would like to display, and that I've been working through that, but still I don't see. But maybe it will happen in a few years' time.
Yeah, we are eager, ma'am. It should happen. And because people will be enlightened, they'll gain some knowledge. And when it is visual also, it's really very nice. Yes, we hope to see that very open very soon.
So a reference library, you have to go to the library only, to the district libraries and other libraries. But there you will not find exhibits or photographs. But in this case, or if you want to see exhibits, you can go to the government museum or other museums. But there you will not find a library. I want to have all three. gallery, photo gallery, and an exhibit area, and also a reference library. So I have enough collections to keep it to display. I hope to one day achieve that also.
I'm going to ask you a very personal question. How did you manage to collect all of these? And from when did you begin the collection?
My curiosity. Everything started with my curiosity. And I know there is a saying says curiosity kills. But in my in my experience, curiosity makes me alive, keeps me living and enjoying life.
Yes, dear. That's really nice.
If it is taken positively, of course, curiosity, you can learn anything positive. Otherwise, you cannot learn. If you're curious in a negative manner, youngsters easily get carried away. So that will take you in the wrong path. So always you need to have positivity attached to everything.
Yes, ma'am. That's really nice. Ma'am, as a child, as a teenager, as a college goer, did you ever take part in any sports and games apart from the cultural programs and all of that? Right. And apart from being into the literary field, did you ever take part in games and sports too?
Yeah, till 8th standard, I did take part in sports. I was in what is it, obstacle races and running and marathon. I mean, relay and all this. But after 8th standard, I had a problem with I had wheezing, asthma, we call it, since I was a baby. So after that, it became a little severe. So after that, I stopped participating in games. But what I'm really in love with is a traditional game for which you need more of a mental strength than physical strength, like Ludo, all these.
Palankuli?
Palankudi, yes,
Wow.
and those squares we have, no? All that. I love it.
That's really nice. Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for bringing back all those beautiful memories of the traditional games. Yes. And of course, when the traditional games were being played or are being played even now, a few of them could be playing it even now. You have the, motor skills being used, and even your eye coordination and all of that works very well.
Okay.
Yes. If you go into why these games were played, there's a nice explanation about it, a scientific reason as to how it would contribute to your entire
It
growth.
sharpens your mental skills.
Yes, dear.
It sharpens your mental skills. Keeps your mind concentrated and sharp. Because most of those games need a lot of mental concentration.
Yes. Dear ma'am, what is the change you'd love to see in this world? As you've said now, Nilgiris has become a concrete jungle. Apart from Nilgiris, where else would you focus your thoughts and say, yeah, something has to be changed here too?
No, I think in the name of development, destroying the trees and nature, that is something which is harmful because of that, the climate change is happening, and because of climate change, we are also being what to say affected by that climate change. And earlier, I've never seen peacocks in Nilgiris or the Malabar squirrel, because most of these are at the foothills below Nilgiris. Now all of them have come up here. That is one beauty, because we just look at it and wonder, wow, this is nice seeing it in Nilgiris. But the climate has become warmer now. It's not as cold as before. Nilgiris weather during January, it goes to freezing, 0 level. But now it is not that. But this year, I think just yesterday I saw in the newspaper that it was 0 degree in Ooty. But still, the climate has changed a lot. Weather has also changed a lot because of the global warming. It is slowly affecting the Nilgiris also. So I think as far as this is concerned, we need to protect and save the earth. before we destroy ourselves. And to do that, we have to plant more trees and work along with nature to protect it. And also, we need to the world peace is very, very important. And the toleration and that peace, that unity should begin at home, then the town, the family, then the town. And now, even in the family unit, if you see, all are individual units. No more joint families. Very rare to see joint families. It has all become separate units. And the world is also being like that. Everyone minding their own business, looking where they can work and earn. Many of our youngsters have gone abroad. They've gone to other states and countries and cities. And here, many old people are there. So I visit a lot of old age homes and frequently, as frequently as possible, and visit them and come because they're all, living a life which is thrust upon them. So many things are there in the world that we need to change. Old people are not looked after. Many cases are there in FP. Many people have approached me also to help for help and counseling because the youngsters, even yesterday I saw that some youngsters, they refused to come when their mother was dead also, and the police informed them that their mother is dead. They didn't come. The daughter and son didn't come. So there are many things, and even toleration, whether it is religious toleration, and we have lot of caste communities in India. And despite that, all these years we have been united. But now, I think a lot of differences being highlighted, and the unity and the peace is being what to say affected a lot. So I think we need to tolerate each other. There's nothing. If each one of us see, if my mother is there and your mother is there, you cannot expect me to. I can worship my mother because for me she is God, or she has given birth, so she is God for me. And your mother, you can worship because she is God for you. But you cannot expect me to worship your mother. I can respect her, but I cannot worship, isn't it? Will that happen? Or you worship my mother? You know. So if we have that kind of attitude, respect for other religions, for other caste communities, without disrespecting them in any manner, tolerating each other's differences, but giving respect. If that happens, I think we could have a united India and a united world. I don't see any much difference there. If we could have that kind of positivity in our life. And that is what I really want to see around me. That tolerance, that respect.
Yes, dear ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. It was very nice. Thank you so much for tolerance and respect, as you said. Thank you very much. Ma'am, how many of your best friends have stood with
It's
you?
just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have any differences, please. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's very nice the way you shared it, ma'am. It's really very humble of you to share it like that without hurting anybody's sentiments. You
So
shared
that
it
is
very well.
was just an example that I wanted to say how we can respect each other and tolerate each other
Very
and
true.
be friends at the same time.
Yes, dear. Very true. Very true. Dear ma'am, through this beautiful journey of, you've crossed many decades and you've come here on the professional space and personal space. How many of your friends have stood with you when you faced a lot of hard times and hardships? Did your friends stand with you or leave you? What role did friendship play in your life?
No, when I was right in the midst of a problem, nobody stood by me. I stood for myself. That was how it is, how bad it is. When you have everything, people come to you. They want to be friends. But when you don't have anything, nobody comes. That is what I found out very early in life. And this happens even now, isn't it? It's very common in every family, in every society. This is what's happening. But how to deal with it? That is, maybe they have their own problems. They may have their own problems. Put yourself in their shoe and see, okay, keep moving. That's it. Look at your own goals that you have set and keep moving. That's it.
Yes, dear. You've revealed one truth, and yes, it is. I could resonate with what you shared just now. Yes, dear.
And when I think when you have become a little popular, people try to say that they are our friends.
Dear ma'am, now, like as I earlier mentioned, we all know, or guests know, that you put your feet in different zones. You've given your expertise to many things, not one. Now, if you
Okay.
take me, I've only been an academician for 30 years, and then slowly I became a psychologist, and now I interview people across the world. So I might have been in 3 zones. But you have, three
You are
professions.
currently doing a great job.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is the best motivator.
Thank you. I just want to ask you, ma'am, when you were as a writer, as a trainer, as an academician, and all of that, you know, when did you need to do hard work and smart work? Or was it more of hard work that you put in, or you put in some smart work? How does it work out? Because many of them outside there, they're doing a lot of hard work, they say, and they have not achieved goals. So how would you put it from your experience?
Smart work is more important, not hard work. Hard work will only stress you out, but smart work, everyone gains by it. So, see what we do for the others to enlighten the others. And if the best method for that would be to understand how they accept it and give it in that form, not how we want.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear ma'am. Dear ma'am, now, is there anything that scares you?
Um, what scares me? I don't know. Nothing scares me so far.
Like ghosts, animals?
No.
When you say the
No.
Nilgiris, it's all of the
Yeah.
forest type of area, ma'am. You find snakes over there.
Oh, yeah. Many animals. I love the animals. And um, uh, actually, I'm a very a spiritual person. So I have a lot of wandering animals coming over to my place. I feed them, and they after they have their fill, they move away. But crows come every day, morning 6 o'clock, afternoon 6 o'clock. I mean evening 6 o'clock. Both the times they come here for food. I feed them, and I don't know. People in this field only will understand what I'm talking about. People who are religious or spiritual, because early morning I do meditation every day at 5:55, and meditation works wonders. It helps you concentrate. It gives you a lot of insights into different problems. It gives you intuition of what you should do and what you should not do, and it also keeps you peaceful. And as you said, you asked me just now, are you scared of anything? No, I put my whole life in God's hands, so I'm not scared of anything. Meditation has taught me. So I think even youngsters, good for them to meditate a lot.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, you're so soft-spoken, gentle, down to earth, and very calm. Have you ever found yourself getting angry with regard to any situation or any person?
Yeah, usually um, I do get angry. It's not that I am different or special. I do get angry, but how you deal with that anger is important. At that minute, I don't talk. I just, okay, fine, and go away. Then later, when the other person cools down or the situation cools down, I try to explain how to go about to solve the problem instead of just getting angry and frustrated. And then it is accepted or whatever. However, the person, what the problem is, they have an understanding about the problem. So it's just no use, when the other person shouts and you also shout at the same time. It's no use. It doesn't get you anywhere and doesn't solve the problem either. That's the main thing.
Very true. Very true. Dear ma'am, the next question coming up is, do you have any weakness? We've seen your power, we've seen your energy, we've seen the positivity around you. Do you also have a weakness with you?
Yeah, I think compassion is my weakness and my strength. And you're wondering how. Being compassionate, it really gives me a lot of satisfaction uh, by being charitable and all that. Yes, but nowadays there are many people who belong to this particular category. When you are very compassionate, they take advantage and they want more and more and more charity from you. They seek more charity because you are compassionate. So that is my weakness and also my strength.
Yes, dear, I get that. I understand. Now, this question comes like this. What is that one thing that people don't know about you? I mean, people have known now, we've shared your profile, you've been sharing from, for the past 1 hour, there's a beautiful conversation going on today between us. What is that one thing that the world doesn't know about you? Would you like to share that?
Yeah. See, there is something called inner beauty and outer beauty. Many are only impressed by the outer self, and many are not able to see the inner self. So I think the inner beauty is more important than the outer beauty. Outer beauty can fade anytime. So inner beauty lasts forever till you die, even after you die.
Yes, dear. Beautiful one. You've shared it very well. And there's deep meaning in that. I mean, all the intellectual ones, you should really catch up what ma'am has said. Yes, the inner beauty of every individual should be admired. And yes, ma'am, you are beautiful within and out too. You're blessed with both. Yes, dear. What brings a smile to your face, ma'am? How often do you smile? And what brings a smile to your face?
No, earlier when I had a lot of problems, I smiled to hide them. But now, from my heart, I smile because one thing, smile is anyway, whether it is smile, whether it is anger, whether it is hate, everything, it affects another person. It's very, very infectious. And I think being infected by a smile is the best thing. It gives a positive infection, isn't it? And also brings in affection.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I've seen many of your photos. You just have that natural charm on your face. I mean, even if you don't make an effort to smile, it's already there. You're blessed with a smile, smiling face. I should say that.
Thank you.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what is the most adventurous thing that you've done till date? Like, it was very risky, it was dangerous, life-threatening, but you went ahead and did it.
I never came across such a situation as such till now. And I never thought of it as an adventure either. So I don't think there was anything like that kind of incident which I faced. I do love taking risks, but at that point of time, I never thought of it as a risk. I just thought that it was necessary to do it. So maybe I've gone ahead. That's it. Nothing is risky unless what you're motivated by to do is positive and it's for the better of other person or society.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. So then, it's not like taking risk, it's going for it. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have fear, you'll never go for it. Even if you have fear, you have to go for it no matter what. But yes, look at it in a positive way.
So if you're confident and you know it is right, go ahead.
Yes, dear. Excellent, ma'am. Ma'am, your favorite color, as you already mentioned, white appeals to you a lot as it is a part of your community, your culture, and all of that. Apart from white, which is the other color that you
I
like?
think as an artist and thing, if you have studied color psychology, I think I'm happy with all the colors except black. Black I always see as negative, but all the colors are vibrant and I love all the colors. No particular color that I love. I love all the colors. And a combination of them is something really good.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Usually
And
they say,
when
yeah,
I
please,
say black, I don't mean about people. I mean only the color.
color.
And as I told you, outer beauty I never see. I always see the inner beauty.
Yes, dear. And when you say black, black is something connected to growth. If you ask me from my perspective, I'm sharing that because I love
Okay.
black. So I'm just
Okay.
sharing that. Uh, It's growth because a seed, when you sow a seed deep down into the dark soil, and that's how it, arises and its beauty increases. And black is able
Yeah.
to absorb everything within it and yet maintain its. So something.
Black is unavoidable. See, as a lawyer, we always wear
Oh,
black,
very
except for
true.
the collar band. Other than that, it's always a black coat. And even the males, they have to wear black only, always, no? But always wearing regular black, it somehow affects the mindset. But it's not that I don't love black. I love it with different other combinations too, but not always pure black. Only black. No.
Yes. Recently, I'd like to share a little incident with you. Recently, for Christmas, I wore a black t-shirt and a black jeans and
Okay.
a black sock, and I had black socks, and as well as my footwear was cream color. So one of my aunts said, "You look like a pagan. You look like a devil." She just we came out of mass. We just came out of church, and we were
Okay.
wishing each other for Christmas. And this is what she said. I felt very bad. And unknowingly, I wore it. I didn't know that, okay, the jeans was dark blue. It was not black, in
Oh,
fact.
wow. You
So,
said clean, but I think Nightingale also.
oh, sweet. And then I was like, for 3 days, it didn't go off my mind. It was like, I felt hurt. So you should be very careful with words too, no? Sometimes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and she's quite aged, like she's around about 75 years. But as soon as she said, "Why, child, you dressed up like a pagan like this?" She said that. And
No,
it was quite hilarious.
you wore cream slippers, no? Or shoes or whatever. So that would have set off the the dress that you wore. No problem.
Yes, dear. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, when you were in school, your favorite subject, dear, and why you loved the subject? Was it because of the teacher or the subject itself?
The teacher, and she used to explain so well, and she never lost her patience, even if we asked her so many questions about that. But I think I was best in English and, of course, art. So because I was good at English, I was offered many opportunities for debates, for speeches, and of course quiz programs and everything. And even for acting, everything I was there selected for. Everything was based on English. So because I was good at English, and it was because of my teacher. She was an Anglo-Indian.
That's really nice. Yes. And many of the children, the little students, they love the subject only because of the teacher, because the teacher is kind and compassionate. The teacher is kind and understanding. They start liking the teacher and then the subject in most cases.
Exactly. Yeah, and I had wonderful students, and they still hug me wherever they see me. And I love my students. I love my students a lot. And I think they also love me.
You've had this institution running for 20 years.
Yeah. Even my own son, he studied in my school till fifth standard. Only from sixth he went on to other schools. So the foundation is, if the foundation is good, I think they can thrive anywhere. So I'm happy. Most of my students are in good position.
That's really nice. Yeah. Dealing with little minds and learn. And when you look at the innocence that they have, that gives us immense joy. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what message you'd love to give to all the youngsters outside there who want to, many of them would like to be like you, to be multi-talented like you. You have so many feathers in your cap. So many of them would be thinking, yes, we would like to be the next Indrani. How could they reach where you are today?
Say the first thing is that they should, if they, instead of looking at some other role model and trying to be like them, they should find out what their own talent is and what their own capability or abilities are, and develop those abilities. Instead of saying, I want to be an actor like that, I want to be a writer like this. No, see what you like, what you want to be, and you chase your goals like that. Develop your talent. See how to keep yourself updated on that particular in that particular field. How to be updated and continue in that manner. In that way, they can have growth and success. But if they try to be someone else, definitely it's not going to work. So, what talents they have, which they feel is better, and how will they know which is best for them? They can explore all the various fields, and whichever one they feel, okay, I'm comfortable with this and I love it to the core, go ahead with that particular talent and develop that talent and learn and update yourself with that talent. That will take them places instead of trying to emulate or imitate someone else who is famous or whatever, who is a success. Most people do that. Okay, that person has done this, so he's successful. So I shall also do the same thing. No, everyone cannot be in the same. See, if one person is very good at acting or singing, and if you also try and you are not able to sing, but if you like it, that is different matter. But otherwise, just because that person is a good singer, it doesn't mean that you can also be a good singer. So we should see our own capability, our own confidence level, and our own capacities, abilities, and then analyze that and go forward. And whatever obstacles come, if you overcome those obstacles and go ahead, definitely you can have growth and success. That's what I mean.
Yes, dear. It's a beautiful message, ma'am. Thank you so much for empowering the younger ones. Dear ma'am, a favorite proverb or quotation which is very close to your heart.
There are two quotations which I love and I follow. One is be the change that you want to see. Another one is treat every day like learn as if you are to live forever and live as if you were to die tomorrow. So I think you can achieve them.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Dear ma'am, now you're feeding the crows in the morning, the birds and a few animals. Do you have a pet at home too?
No, I don't have a pet because my husband is scared of animals.
I get. Ma'am, now you're staying in the Nilgiris. Like, do you have all kinds of birds coming over there? Or earlier they
Birds.
used to come, yeah, birds, and now are they
Yeah,
less?
we do have migrant birds also coming here, mostly in this area in Gudlur, that area. And in Ooty, of course, we don't have migrant birds are not here, Kotagiri or Gudlur, I mean Ooty. But lately, as I told you, earlier, before the forests were destroyed, I have all these years, I have never seen a wild buffalo or what we call here as bison. I've never seen one. But nowadays, it is very common to see bisons wandering all over the town. You can see wild boars. I've never seen till now. But now wild boars with their family, they walk all over the road at any time of the day sometimes. And dogs are scared to chase them because they may attack. And of course, as I told you, peacocks are here. Bears, a lot of bears are here. So it's becoming I mean, the daytime is okay, but even daytime is not safe, especially in remote villages. It's not safe. So like that, now many animals of the wild animals are now like domestic animals. They are wandering all over the town and city. Something very rare to see now, but nowadays it's become very common.
I'm imagining all of that, the way you shared that. Yes.
No, when we talk of these something rare occurrences, these are nowadays it's become so common.
Really nice. Yes, dear. I mean, are they leaving off the forest and coming for food, maybe towards the city side, town side?
Exactly, because many forests and all have been, many resorts have been built there by destroying some trees. And what I find is because of this global warming, many of our local plants, fruit bearing wild plants, have disappeared almost. There was a plant called hill guava, which very few plants exist now, and I don't know how long they're going to last because they will also disappear. There were hill guava, there were wild olives, and so many other plants which bear fruit. The animals, the monkeys and all, eat that fruit in the forest. But now in the forest also the fruit is not there, and neither in towns, that area bordering the town or city outskirts. That is not there. All those fruits are gone. So animals, even the monkeys, monkeys are a big menace nowadays. They come all over the city and they make a mess of everything. So it's like that now because of this, um, what is it, destroying the forest.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, among all the achievements till date, which one makes you feel the proudest, the wow moment?
Um, uh, I think this one moment makes me happy to share my thoughts, maybe because uh, it will reach youngsters and give them an opportunity to learn and better themselves. I think this kind of moment only will last in my memory. It's not the award.
How sweet of you. You're so sweet. You're so nice. I mean, I get to understand that you make the other person feel special all the time in front of you, make them feel important. That's a life skill to make others also feel good. That's really nice, dear. Dear ma'am, you would like to share something?
Yeah, I think I've shared enough.
How many languages are you conversant in, ma'am?
Basically, I know a little bit of, English, Tamil. Tamil is the local language here. Tamil and Badga. Badga is it's a dialect. It's not a language, it's a dialect. We write in Tamil, but we speak Badga, which is a mixture of Kannada and Tamil. These three. But little bit, I understand Malayalam and Hindi.
Yes.
When I was studying in the 8th standard, we had a language, our language structure was we had a third language. If second language is Tamil, we take third language as French or Hindi. So that gave me an opportunity to learn a bit of Hindi. But unfortunately, after that, I could not practically use it because no people, Hindi speaking people over here.
Yes, dear. I understand. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, now Coorg district also they have this attire. Is it something connected with the Nilgiris? They are Kodagu community. I don't know if I'm right. I just have a distinct thought.
Yeah, of course, they have their dress attire is somewhat similar. But if you see the Nilgiris, most of them have dhoti, but they wear it in different styles. Like Malayalis wear it in a different way. It's a border, no? So they wear it in a different way. Mysore border is Kurg, so they also wear it in a different manner. And we have in Nilgiris itself, we have Badgas, Todas, and Kotas, Panyas, all wear dhoti only. But they wear it in different styles. Each one has their own style. Though the material, the dhoti is the same and it's white, but everyone has something different except the Todas. Their dhoti is not plain. They have the embroidery is famous throughout the world and it's very unique. The house also is unique. The Toda embroidery is also very unique. The culture itself is very unique. Toda.
Yes, dear.
So their dresses, it also has the embroidery.
That's dear. Yes, dear. The famous delicacy among the Badagas.
Among the Badgas. There is something, in Tamil you call it Panyara, and in Badga we call it as Yennetu. In most functions and very, in almost all festivals and all events, every house they probably usually make this Yennetu. And gravy, of course, fresh green bean seeds, no? With that we make gravy. For usually all auspicious events, they will use green seeds, beans, fresh beans. Because we used to cultivate a lot earlier. Nowadays, not much is cultivated. All the cultivable lands have now given up, has been converted to tea or to resort.
I'm sorry, I muted myself. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, imagine you have a time machine in your hand and we are giving you a task. You have to relive somebody's life and come back with a time machine just at the click of a button that takes you into the past era. Your task is to live somebody's life and come back again. If that was the case, to relive somebody's life, whose life it would have been?
I think it would be mine only. If you want some other person, and I think I would like to have lived like my dad. And I lost him when I was in the +2, +1. So I hope he would have lived much longer to guide me, and I would have spent more happy because I was always with um, work. So I think I have a feeling that I didn't spend much time along with him and be happy with him. It was not enough what time went.
Yes. Dear ma'am, you have been connected with women as a lawyer. You've even been giving them legal aid and assistance as well. Like, I would like you to speak about mental health with regard to women.
Women. And here when we speak about women, I think there are two different kinds of women. One is the rich women or who are able to afford everything, and the people who are on the lower level who cannot, who are, what should we say, unlucky, we cannot say, but maybe they are not given the opportunity to do anything for themselves. So if we analyze these women, I think in Indian society, they need to, give more respect for women's wishes and their studies also, so that they can. It's the only education which will help out a woman. Without education, a woman is really, let's say, handicapped, really handicapped mentally. So I think every woman needs at least some kind of education, and where they can stand up to themselves and look after themselves in case they become destitute or whatever, they should be able to stand up for them. And in that way, I don't know how many households encourage women, and even about law. I'm not. I don't particularly want to talk about law over here, but women should have their own property. They should have their own income to spend for themselves. Many people, many women, they what to say? They hand it over to their husbands, and then for every problem of their own, their problem that they need money for, they have to wait and ask for the husband's help, which may or may not, you may not get. Not all husbands will say okay, but many husbands used to think, okay, you stay at home and look after the family. That is enough. And there are nowadays, there are many husbands who say, see, you are educated. That's why I got you married you. You better go and work, earn money and bring and give it to me. I'm not able to um, support the family by myself with my income. But there is half truth in that. Nowadays, everything is costly. So both have to work to earn and spend for the family because everything is costly now. So it's better for both to earn. It's not a problem. But earning of the wife is to be just for to use for the husband is no use. She should at least be able to use that for her benefit also and
Yes.
for the family. Women are always mostly attached to the family, except some rare cases. So that is definitely going to happen. But I think women should have their own income spent in the, and I think recently government also says that women also can have a share of property. So that is something that I appreciate because I know many women are who are in old age homes also very sad because they've lost a husband, but they have written all the property to their children when they're thinking that they may die anytime, and then they have survived so long, but children take the property and put her in an old age home.
Very true, ma'am. What you've shared is really one bitter truth in India and across the world. That's very true. And as you said, women should be empowered. They should have some property on their name. But the sad truth is, ma'am, even working women are unable to spend their money on themselves or either share it with their parents or give a part of their income to their own parents. The husband or the in-laws don't allow it. There are many cases which have come in front of me. Many of the clients have said that this is what we face, ma'am. It's very pathetic.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Very sad to see such kind of situation.
Yes.
But some women, very rare, they spend only for themselves, and they also get from the husband. That
They're the
also
lucky ones.
that also is there. Exceptional cases are there like that.
They're the
And
lucky
those are the examples that the mostly these unlucky husbands will also point out.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, one big major question, and then we have the rapid fire round. Forgiveness. This is one very important thing in everybody's life because every now and then we have somebody either hurting us or taking advantage of our good nature. So, in your life, in your with all the experiences you've had, what role does forgiveness play in your life? Have you been able to forgive them easily?
No, the thought maybe lingers, but if you keep moving on, I think that just becomes a memory. That's all. So that attitude of forgiveness, it takes a long time to instill it in our attitude. But once it is done, you keep moving on your path of life, on your journey. You meet many people. Okay, that's it. They said this. Okay, fine. If they want to say, let them say. Maybe they didn't understand me. That's all. But I know that what I've done is with good positivity or with good attitude. So keep moving. Keep your goal in mind. Keep moving because if one friend has betrayed you and he has gone by in your past memory, fine. You'll get 10 more friends. in future. So on the journey of life, you meet many people. You cannot think of having all of them as your friends. There are many who will betray you. Keep moving, gain more friends, and at some point, people who respect you for your attitude, who understand you, they will live with you till the end of your journey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that beautiful sharing which you just shared with regard to forgiveness. Ma'am, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round. It will
You really scare me now.
no, dear. It's a very small round with just a few questions. It's a brief round where you have to just answer either in one word, two words, or maybe maximum one sentence. Yes, ma'am. Dear friends, join us on this beautiful round, getting to know the likes and dislikes of our favorite celebrity today. She is with us. She is Miss Indrani, a beautiful person, simple and down to earth, and very approachable. That's how one should be in order to make life easy for everybody around us. Dear ma'am, is it tea or coffee?
Coffee,
Black coffee, milk coffee?
black,
Yes, dear. With sugar, without sugar?
currently without sugar.
Yes, that's really nice. I'm trying that too. Yes. Your favorite breakfast, ma'am?
Anything, but I prefer simple idli, which is a very popular dish in Tamil Nadu.
Among all the 12 months, your favorite one?
May,
And among all the 7 days, your favorite day?
favorite day,
Among all the 7 days of the week, your favorite day?
Sunday,
Your favorite number?
1.
The insect that you don't like?
What's it?
The
Pardon?
insect that you don't like?
No, there is no insect that I don't like. I like all.
You like all
They
these.
are all unique.
That's great. Beautiful. That's really nice. Ma'am, is it comfort or style?
Comfort,
That's really great, dear. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
early bird,
Now, is it food from, sweets from the bakery or the pastries from the bakery or the homemade sweets?
homemade always.
Which homemade sweet is, more appealing to you? You love that.
I love kesari.
Yes. Dear ma'am, is it texting or calling?
Calling is better. Texting is always misunderstood sometimes.
Yeah, I get that, dear. Ma'am, are you an introvert, extrovert, or an ambivert?
um, I think it depends on the situation.
Very true and very right. I guess that because I can resonate with you very well on that one thing. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, life is all about happiness or money?
Happiness or
Money.
money? Happiness. Money can never bring happiness.
Yes, dear. Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food? Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food? Pulpu,
None.
inupu, kasipu, and the another one I can't get that.
None. A little of everything. A mixture of everything.
Mixture of everything. That's really nice. A blend of all. Ma'am, when you're all alone and there's nothing around you, no gadget, no books, not even a pen and paper to just you're sitting on a chair, alone in a room, nothing to even view, the walls are all blank and empty, or just an entrance, a door and a little window, nothing's visible out. It's just the opposite wall is visible out. And you have nothing to do. So automatically one has to start thinking something or imagining something or being connected with their thoughts. If that is the case, where do your thoughts take you, or where will your thoughts take you? Do you think so?
I will probably meditate.
You're ready with that answer, right? That's beautiful. Meditation. That will keep you mindful of the present. Begin to concentrate on your breath and your inner self. Ma'am, you love socializing or me time?
I love socializing. But I also, me time also I enjoy. Both I enjoy.
Yes, dear.
One is being with me, spending time with me. I enjoy that. Who else can I not be happy with? Me, isn't it? First person to be happy with is me. Next only comes the society.
Very true. Very true. It's a big takeaway for all of us. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, are you a beach or a forest person? Beach or a forest person?
Both I love.
If given a choice to select one,
Probably forest.
I get to understand your love for animals and birds too now. Yes, dear.
Yes.
Is it song or dance? What would you prioritize?
One cannot do without the other. That is, dance cannot be without song. And song, just listening to song is no use, because without the music, song is not there. When all three are there, it is really enjoyable.
Great, very nice, very well explained. Song, music, and dance. Yes. Dear ma'am, are you able to ride a two-wheeler or drive a four-wheeler?
No, both two-wheeler I have never, and four-wheeler I have lost touch. Only my two legs I always depend on.
That's really nice. So you prioritize walking.
So this is two-wheeler, my two-wheeler.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, the favorite season?
Summer.
Uh,
Or not summer, sorry, spring, I think, because that is when all the plants come up with new flowers, buds. I just love watching them.
Very true, very true. That's true. And you get to see a lot of beautiful things in nature. No, the beauty of the world lies in the flowers and all the colorful things that nature has to offer.
Yes.
Right? That's really nice. Although the beauty is short-lived, but yes, it's a treat to your eyes, and it will be deep down in your memory.
Exactly.
Yes. Dear ma'am, a tough question. As a beautiful day in just one word, or a nice day in one word, only one word.
Okay. A day filled
In one
with
word.
positive.
That's what I said. It's a tough
Oh,
question.
okay.
Describe it in one word. Or nalla naal ore or vartala.
Positivity.
Could you repeat that, please?
Positivity.
Positivity. That's really nice.
Filled with positivity.
Excellent. Beautiful, ma'am. Ma'am, you being a trainer, you've been a teacher, you're still now all of that. Once a teacher, forever a teacher. Once a trainer, forever a trainer till your last breath. Now, I would like to know your favorite teacher's name or sir's name.
My favorite teacher was a lady called Mrs. Bose. She was my English teacher. And she was the one who inspired me more and more with my English knowledge.
Yes. Ma'am, if I were to offer you a samosa and an apple, what would you select?
I would prefer apple.
Yes, dear. You're a writer as well as a person who's experienced a lot. You're connected with words and letters. You're all of that too, and as well as experience as well. Now, in reality, is it experiential learning or theoretical learning?
Experiential learning.
At all times.
At all times.
Yes. You're more of a thinker or a doer?
More a doer, because thinking may what induce me, but what I do is what matters. There's no use of just thinking and not doing it.
Yes, dear. Your favorite snack?
Not really. I don't have any favorite snacks.
Okay, dear. The most precious gift. I could see so many gifts behind you, so many beautiful ones. I wish I could get one. The truth is, I didn't receive even one also. I never
You
took.
will get soon, and I hope God blesses you with many.
How sweet of you. I'm really proud, like, when people have all of that like that, I'm really happy for them. At least not I, at least they have received it. My brother and sister have won for games and sports and all. I was the more soft one and like the other side. So I would admire them having so many medals and gifts like how you have all of these beautiful ones with you, ma'am. But the question here is, yes, dear, please. You were sharing something.
If one does the best, does his best, the awards will come to him.
Very true.
Instead of going in search of awards, that will not take you anywhere.
Very true. That's a beautiful message for all of us. Yes, dear. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, till date, the most precious gift that you've ever received, among all the awards and rewards, among all the gifts that you might have received till date, the most precious one.
Maybe when a person is happy and starts following what I'm trying to inform, whatever good things that I'm saying, and the person comes and tells me, ma'am, you asked me to try this, no? I did it, ma'am, and I succeeded. And thank you very much for your guidance. Then I'm very happy because my message has reached.
How sweet. That's really very nice. A beautiful way, to share like what's the most precious thing that you cherish. People should come back and tell them, yes, ma'am, I have transformed myself, or maybe I have become a better version of myself because of your training or teachings or your guidance and mentorship. That's excellent.
That makes us more happier than all these. This is the best award.
Yes, that gives us immense joy. You can't put it in words too, right? Yes. Dear ma'am, before we sign off for today, one last request from you to give us 3 magical words as a gift, 3 gifts for us on this platform. Every time we request the celebrities and guests here to share 3 magical words, apart from please, sorry, and thank you, which are already considered as magical words from generations. We'd like you to share now with us 3 new magic words to empower us.
Be positive. Never ever give up. Dedicate yourself to whatever you believe in.
That's really nice. Never give up, dedication, and be positive. These are the 3 magical words. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm sure I've taken a lot of time from you. I feel guilty when I take extra time from the celebrities. I feel bad. But then again, I'd love to know more about them. I love them to share a little more such that your lives could inspire the lives of others. That's the only intention. Thank you very much for being a part of the International Fab Talks. Before I end, I'd like to thank even Chidambaram sir for sharing your contact details. Many thanks to you too, sir. And thank you, ma'am. And thanks to your family too.
I think I'll also have to thank Chidambaram sir. Thank you, Chidambaram sir, if you are listening. Thank you very much, Andrea.
Thank you, dear. Stay connected, ma'am. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. Stay connected with us and stay tuned. And if you like what we are doing, follow us on our YouTube channel, that is the International Fab Talks. And the request here is share this video. Let it reach far and wide such that people could be enlightened as to how people overcome challenges, how many unsung heroes have done their very best. And here is a beautiful unsung hero amongst us. She's Indrani ma'am. And today we sign off now with the International Fab Talk, saying goodbye to all of you. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks.